Hello and welcome to TG Wellbeing Radio. We want you to optimize yourself, not only in sports and competition, but in the game of life. We are here to educate, raise awareness, motivate, and inspire, giving you advice and tips, sharing knowledge from the very best. Leaders and experts in medicine, health, fitness, nutrition, sports science, healthy eating, and motivation. Take action, take notes, listen, learn, apply, and try. This show is all about a better you, inside and out. I'm your host, Rob Fletcher, author of America's Next Great Trainer, Transform Your Life. You can check that out on Amazon. Follow me on Instagram at ANGTTV. And be sure to follow us, of course, at TG Wellbeing. This is part 2. For those who missed our last show, check out our YouTube channel, TG Wellbeing TV, where you will find all our previous shows and much more interviews, advice, tips, and workouts. Today, I'd like to welcome back our featured guest, Stephen Kruckenberg, TG gym owner, formulator for TG supps, and national level bodybuilder. Hello, Steve. Welcome back, and thanks for sharing your inspirational story and your advice and tips. We left off on the last show. We were talking about your diet, your competition, but I just want to really dive right into TG Wellbeing, which is super, super exciting. So again, welcome back to the show, Steve.
I am glad to be back.
So TG Wellbeing, for those that don't know, share what TG Wellbeing is, and then we will talk about the difference going to the next level with your training for optimal performance.
So as a lot of people know, the TG brand, we've been a hardcore bodybuilding gym for 35 years. And, going back to George Jackson, he's always wants to be cutting edge and ahead of the curve. So besides having a great, amazing gym to train at, we've come up with the idea for TG Wellbeing. And TG Wellbeing is kind of the next level in the future of what we see the fitness industry doing, where we're integrating health, science, and education into your training. So, working out hard is great, but we also want you to see and know and be able to fine-tune what's going on in your body. So a lot of people are working out on a regular basis, but through what we believe, education, by getting your blood work done, we can really get a snapshot of your health and what's going on in your body. Is your diet that you're doing working? Is it the healthiest option for you? Is your supplement routine the healthiest option for you? Is everything you're doing really working? Doing in-body scans, if you're doing in-body scans to see if your body fat is decreasing and your muscle is increasing. There's so many things. We're doing food sensitivity tests, possible hair restoration. We're doing hyperbaric chambers, all these things to be on the cutting edge of health. So you're still coming into our gym to get a great workout at a hardcore gym, but now we're taking it to the next level. We're applying science and education to be able to bring your body not only to the next level of performance, but also the next level of health and longevity.
Right, and the exciting thing is, actually working directly with the physicians. I know Dr. Joseph Ramos from Mobile MD is working closely with us. And as you mentioned earlier, the blood work assessment, key in optimal performance. And that's not just speaking of an elite athlete. That's talking about overall general people looking to get better health and optimal results. So that assessment, identifying immediate needs and deficiencies, much better able to customize a program, workout, and prescriptions for what a client may need.
Yeah, exactly. You may, like I discussed in our earlier segment, you may have an underlying health issue that you don't even know about that is hindering you from your health goals, or you're in danger of long-term issues like heart attack, stroke, all these things you may have which you have never been able to identify. You may have an underlying thyroid issue, but you've never gotten your blood work done. You may have really high blood sugar and be diabetic, and you've never been diagnosed because you've never gotten your blood work done. Or you may even be a walking heart attack because you don't know the risk factors that your diet and things you're doing. And all that can be diagnosed through blood work. And it's super important to know because many bodybuilders, top athletes, and just everyday people can drop dead because they feel great. To them, their barometer of normal is something different. And next thing you know, they're having a heart attack because they never had their blood work done.
Well, that falls under, which we'll talk about in a little bit, the education, and raising awareness in people. And you and I spoke the other day, the Super Bowl, which was awesome. Los Angeles were amazing. But we're talking about Andrew, the offensive lineman, Andrew Whitworth. He does his blood work and food sensitivity test, correct?
Yeah, Andrew Whitworth, it's kind of unheard of. He's like the Tom Brady of his position. He's a left tackle. He's a Pro Bowl caliber tackle. He's doing it at 40 years old. He's still healthy. I believe he's retiring this year, but just the last 5 years, everyone's been talking about how old he is and what a high level he's still performing at. And you're right, he does food sensitivity tests. He gets his blood work done. So not only is it key because it can increase the longevity of your peak performance as well when you do all these things.
And that position, to have that position at 40, and 40 is obviously not that old, but for football, that's getting up there at that position, extremely challenging, and he held like a rock.
Yeah, I mean, 40 is not old, but in football years, that's a dinosaur, right? And to be able to perform and help his team win the Super Bowl this year is pretty amazing.
Yeah, and he attributed all of that to really staying on top of his blood work, getting that checked frequently, and food sensitivity, which we both know, obviously, your foods are going to cause inflammation, and that's why I'm so excited about the food sensitivity test and working with Dr. Robert Silverman. So 3 great things out of TG Wellbeing right out of the gate are the blood work assessment, the in-body composition, and the food sensitivity. What a great combination to identify where a person is at and then setting goals and objectives according to their lifestyle and activities. I just think, people definitely need to be more aware that that is really the first phase in any fitness program that should take place.
Yeah, so I've been lucky enough that I've gotten to be the guinea pig for TG Wellbeing, doing the blood work, doing the food sensitivity tests, and just these last couple months, my health has improved drastically. Because a lot of bodybuilders, right, we're just told these are the foods you need to eat to get big. These are the foods you need to eat to be healthy. You got to eat your chicken. You got to eat your oatmeal. You got to eat your eggs, blah, 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 6 times a day. But, I took my food sensitivity test, and I found out I have an allergy and sensitivity to eggs. It's almost the gospel that you need to have whey protein if you're a bodybuilder. The food sensitivity test showed I can't do whey protein, and the food sensitivity test showed me that chicken, onions, a lot of things that we have every day in our diet as bodybuilders was causing me massive amounts of inflammation. And just in these last weeks, by cutting those foods out, my physique has drastically changed. I've lost 10 pounds, I'm not even doing anything extra. Just by cutting out these inflammatory foods, my body has dropped so much inflammation, and my body looks so different.
So, Steve, are you talking, not to interrupt, but are you talking about since we've met, you took the sensitivity test? Is that what we're talking about?
Yeah, it's been about 3 weeks. I've lost about 10 pounds, and my body looks drastically different just from all the inflammation.
And that you made those adjustments in accordance to what the results of the food sensitivity test. Is that right?
That's right. So
wow.
I talked to Dr. Silverman, and we went over the foods that I can't eat. And just by taking out those foods that I've been told all my life are healthy and bodybuilders should be eating, my physique has drastically changed.
Wow. And how do you feel? Do you feel differently?
Yeah, my digestion's better. My bloat is better. My joints don't hurt as much. Even from my sleep is better because when you're not dealing with chronic inflammation, the body just operates better. I'd even go to say that my energy is better.
So was it difficult to make the adjustments? Because like with anything, sometimes small gradual changes work a little bit better, but drastic cuts, not so much so. So did you have to make some drastic changes or changes that you were not too excited about?
Yeah, so a big kind of shock for me and a big difference that I had to make. There was a lifestyle change that was kind of hard was I've eaten eggs every day the last 15 years of my life for breakfast, being told I'm allergic to eggs. I'm like, there's no way. But after I cut them out, I realized what a difference it makes, how much better I feel. So that was kind of a tough transition, eating eggs every morning to having to find another food that I have to eat. But I adjusted, and I feel great.
That's awesome. So how many do you think elite athletes, of course, Andrew coming out, making that statement, I'm sure that's going to light a lot of people up with what they're going to be doing soon, if not already. How many elite athletes do you think actually do the food sensitivity tests and their blood work? I know they should be. For a long time, George and I were on the same page. And how How many do you think? Do you think a lot do this or not too many?
You know, I think unfortunately the last couple of years with some deaths in the bodybuilding industry and some unexpected health issues people are getting, I think blood work is becoming more popular. I do think that, I don't know about pro athletes. I know in the bodybuilding world, people are starting to, okay, we got to get our blood work done. This is pretty important. But as far as food sensitivity, I think barely any of them do their food sensitivity. And I think a food sensitivity test is just as big of a deal as getting your blood work done, because eating foods that you may not be able to eat may be throwing your blood work and performance off. So I think that needs to be just as heavily pushed as doing your blood work, and I don't think it is. So I would say percentage-wise, less than 20%.
Wow. And so that, again, comes down to what TG is all about, because recognizing this, and we're all talking about it, building our platforms across the board. You know, we have our social media outlet, of course, that are providing sources of information to people, and we also have the magazine, TG Wellbeing magazine, and then we have, you know, the website and blogs where people can go to, and as I said earlier, you know, listen, learn, take notes, and apply. But leading into now the education component, raising awareness, people that hopefully this will now be on their radar. You know, you don't have to be an elite athlete to have this done. This should be step one, is blood work, in-body composition, and food sensitivity tests. So talk a little bit about, you know, the education, or we can talk a little bit about the importance of the education component of TG. I know we're booking many seminars at the TG locations. Talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, we can tell people to get blood work. We can tell people to be parts of TG Wellbeing. We can tell people to do food sensitivity tests. But they really have to know why, and they got to see the value in why they should do it. So if they don't see the value and they don't know the why, then they won't get it done for their overall health and well-being. So I think what we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing seminars at our gym free to the public, because we want to educate people on the importance of issues as gut health, training, blood work, everything along those lines. We need to bring light and awareness to, because if you're just telling someone to do something and they don't know why, they're not going to do it. We got to provide the education that will show them the value of why they need to do what they do. And also, like I talked in the last segment, you know, providing education for the trainers to help them be better trainers. And the education they'll receive, they'll spread that knowledge to their clients and help their clients get healthier as well. And that's what we're all about. I mean, we're not about just making more money. We're not about, you know, stepping on the little guy, the trainers. Our goal is everyone to succeed, everyone to be healthy, and everyone to benefit. So if we can educate everybody, from the trainer to the client to the gym member, everyone's going to win. Well,
you have two very exciting seminars coming up. So you have one coming up in May. We have Dr. Robert Silverman going to TG Chula Vista, and then we have Dennis James, I believe, TG Mesa, correct?
Yeah, I'm really excited about Dr. Silverman, because I've been working hand in hand with Dr. Silverman for my gut health issues and my food sensitivity issues. He's just a wealth of knowledge and really been helping me and my workout partner, Mike, kind of revamp our gut health. And then Dennis James has a really awesome seminar he has coming up. It's going to be an underground seminar. He's going to talk about more of the lesser-known topics in the bodybuilding world in regarding to, you know, things and protocols that people do, but he's going to bring light to the darkness and educate people. Just, if you're going to do it, you want to do it right, and here's the blood work you need to do, and here's what to look for. So Dennis James, was one of the top bodybuilders in the world in his prime, and now he trains Mr. Olympia. So Dennis James and Robert Silverman, I couldn't ask for two better people to do seminars at our gyms.
Back to Mike, how's Mike doing? Is he getting the similar results as you are? And again, going back to reinforce that bit of information you gave us, in a short period of time, you had tremendous results just on adjustments that you've made on the results of the food sensitivity test. So I'm wondering, how does Mike have similar results?
Yeah, so this might be a little too much information, but we're all talking about medical stuff here. So Mike was telling me that when he went to get a colonoscopy, his colon was so swollen and his IBS was so bad they could barely get the camera up there because of his inflammation.
Wow.
And ever since he started doing this food sensitivity test and eliminated certain foods, his digestion's better, his going to the bathroom better, his bowel movements are more solid, and he said he used to go to the bathroom 10 minutes after every meal. His body just was always inflamed, and now he's going to the bathroom twice, maybe 3 times a day, and everything's already getting better. And that's just over a short period of time. Dr. Silverman has us on a whole extensive program. It's going to take a couple months. So if these are the results I've gotten in 3 weeks, I'm excited to see how I'm going to feel. So is Mike.
Yeah, so I'll just also mention to our listeners, Dr. Silverman is the author of Amazon bestseller Inside Out Health. Highly, highly, highly recommend it. He is one of our TG medical advisors. He is absolutely awesome. He's in New York. He's an international speaker. Stephen and I and our TG team were out in Las Vegas, and we were able to hear him speak. But one thing led to another, and he's now part of our awesome team. Again, can't emphasize enough the role of that gut health and inflammation. It's, as Stephen said earlier, chronic disease, illness. Get that straightened out. Stephen has had amazing results, along with Mike, in 3 short weeks. So make sure you get your gut health checked out. So segueing into our Dennis James seminars, you have Dr. Silverman. I know that safety and self-defense is also an important piece of the mission of TG, because it all ties in together, changing and saving lives. But we had such great response at the seminars, and looking forward to the one upcoming at TG Chula Vista, February 26th. And I know you guys, that's a very important part of what you're about.
Yeah, I mean, every topic is near and dear to our heart, from blood work to gut health to safety and self-defense seminars. We've all been affected by it in some way or another in our past. And the cool thing about all our seminars is they're free. We just want to educate the public because we care. And like you mentioned, it's so near to our hearts, and it hits home. We want everyone to be able to defend themselves. We want every woman to feel safe. We want everyone to fix their gut health, because a ton of Americans have gut health issues. And then and let's be honest, in the bodybuilding world, a ton of people are using drugs and not using them properly. We want to at least educate them on how to do it correctly. I mean, everyone's doing it. Let's do it right, and let's get our blood work done.
Stephen, great words. We're going to take a short commercial break. You are listening to TG Wellbeing. I'm your host, Rob Fletcher. We are with Stephen Kruckenberg. We'll be right back.
John S. Burke Catholic High School in Goshen is a co-ed preparatory school that promotes academic rigor, respect, values, and responsibility. Burke Catholic will shape students' talents and abilities academically, spiritually, emotionally, and physically. Burke Catholic teaches young men and women the spirit of Catholic Christian values, how to demonstrate civic responsibility, and to become leaders who will positively impact and serve the world. For admission information, visit burkecatholic.com or schedule a tour to learn more. Orange Bank and Trust's main goal is their commitment to helping local businesses, small, medium, or large, to grow and prosper. At Orange Bank and Trust, we're here to take you to the next level with high-tech cash management tools and proper financing. Our relationships are built on the fact that we really know you and we really understand your business. Visit orangebankandtrust.com, set up an appointment with your personal banker, or call 845-341-5000 to learn more.
Orange Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
The #1 repair shop for autos, trucks, and vans is McBride Auto Shop in Woodland Park, New Jersey. McBride offers computerized 4-wheel alignments, frame straightening, and repair, as well as expert painting and color matching. And if you ever need a tow, McBride is the place to call. McBride also offers same-day service, early bird drop-off, as well as warranties and vehicle pickup. For the finest in vehicle repair and painting, visit McBrideAutoBody.com.
Introducing High Society, your source for cannabis industry news, restorative justice initiatives, community impact, dispensary openings, and cultivation tips. Brought to you by the editors of Chronogram. Get updates every week with our High Society newsletter. It's high time to talk about marijuana legalization in New York. Welcome to High Society. You're in good company. Sign up now at chronogram.com/high society.
Hi, this is Tom Fursey. Sing along and relive the memories of the 1980s on the Magic of the 80s. Saturday night starting at 6 on WTBQ, playing the best music.
Magic of the 80s. WTBQ.
Hello, welcome back. TG Wellbeing Radio. We are here with Stephen Kruckenberg, TG The Gym, TG Wellbeing, talking about exciting topics. We just finished off with gut health, food sensitivity tests. Stephen, I want to talk about the exciting opportunities that you are offering trainers, professional trainers. As we mentioned earlier, TG is about success. They truly do want trainers to succeed because we all know, you and I especially, we know that trainers are really in a tough spot. They either have to rent a space, and most of them, they dream of having their own facility, but that takes a lot of financing and a lot of time. And then ultimately, if you're not doing all the different facets that's comprised of doing a business, the marketing, the promotion, the business, that's going to take away from your training time. So you need a team of people. So TG is providing the team. So talk a little bit about the opportunities TG is giving to trainers right now.
Yes, I mean, trainers, a gym full of great trainers really makes the gym and really gives a good reputation. If your gym has great trainers, it's going to attract people from the outside because, hey, if you're going to get into shape, you go to that gym and get training. If you have this goal, you want to get on stage, you have an injury, you need to be rehabilitated, you need to go to this gym because they got a great training staff. And one thing about trainers nationwide, they play such an integral role in people's lives in the gyms that it's very sad to see, like, the big box gyms, I won't be dropping names, the big box gyms make billions off trainers and the CEOs get rich and the trainers are getting scraps. Either the gyms are taking 70% of their sessions or they're paying a ridiculous amount in rent. And our philosophy is we want everyone to succeed, right? Educate people and make them better and help them along the way. If we have trainers making six figures, which we have a lot of them, that's awesome. That's what we want. We want everyone to do great in our gyms. And so we've been doing that for 35 years. And now we're turning a page to where we want to help the trainers for free become even better. So the backstory to our gym, we don't charge any trainers rent. There's no revenue share. As long as you have a membership and your client has a membership, you can train them for whatever price you two agree upon. We don't see a dime of it. We just want you guys to be members. And now we're offering the seminar series that we're going to be doing continuing education for trainers for free, which will give them access to the TG Wellbeing room, which will hopefully in turn help them provide better results and better opportunities for their clients to reach their best fitness levels ever.
Well, so right off the top, so a trainer, typically, like you said, they have to pay a rent or they have to pay a commission, so no fee. So trainers, check this out. Listen up. If you're in the West Coast, on the West Coast area, or TG Mesa and Mesa, Arizona, you definitely want to check them out. No fees, no commission. You have areas for assessments and evaluation, right, Stephen? I believe I've seen in all of them. So trainers, you will have a place where you could do an assessment, you could do an evaluation. You have no fee, no commission. You'll have opportunities to make additional streams of revenue through product and services, and again, getting involved in TG Wellbeing. Now you have blood work assessments, you have food sensitivity tests, you have in-body composition. All these things can lead to greater potential, greater streams of revenue. As I said, TG wants you to be comfortable and doing the right things the right way, and that comes with their education seminars and what they're doing to help you run your business professionally. So it's awesome, Stephen. It's great.
Yeah, I mean, that's the whole thing. It's we want, as long as if the trainers win and the members win, everybody wins. And that's kind of our saying. Like I said, it's not all about the money. It's just about doing it right and it's doing it properly. And we had trainers coming into our gym in Arizona because we just recently moved into the Arizona market. And they're like, wait, there's no rent, no revenue share? And we're like, nope. They're like, what's the catch? There is no catch.
Exactly.
We just want you guys to succeed. And it's such a new concept, even though TG and Pacific Beach have been doing it for 35 years. It's such a new concept that people are even confused by it. They're like, that can't be right. What's the catch? But no, that's all we do. That's how we offer it. And everybody wins. And like I said, it attracts the best trainers, which ultimately our members benefit from. So that's what we want.
And the exciting piece, again, to repeat what I said earlier, the education part, because many trainers need a lot of help with their business, running their business. They're great at training. They're passionate. They're knowledgeable. But running their business, you have marketing and promotion. And as a trainer, as your business, you have to do all those things to be successful. So by providing that avenue, that vehicle, which is going to help them in addition to the platform that TG is building. You have the TG magazine, you have the TG newsletter, you have the website, you have the blogs, you have the social media, and we have trainer spotlights in the magazine. That's all utilized to help the trainers, contribute to the magazine, spotlights, but again, giving them a platform they could build upon, grow their business, and be successful, because as we both agreed earlier, there is no greater impact than that of a trainer. You get the right trainer in your life, they could be your life coach, and they could really make a difference, whether it's losing 10 to 20 pounds or that dream, that vision of, one day becoming an Olympic athlete or professional athlete. They can definitely make it happen, and the stories are great.
Yeah, I know you were a world-class trainer at one point, Rob, and, I've stopped training, obviously, because now as a gym owner I don't have time, but, I've turned people pro in the IFBB, and I've helped clients lose 50, 60 pounds, and there's clients I haven't seen in 10 years that, just from helping them reach their weight loss goal for a wedding or for stepping on stage for the first time, 10 years later, they're still reaching out to me, and they're just about telling me how much I impacted their life, right? Or you giving a kid or a woman the tools to do self-defense, that's a life-saving tool. You'll see them 10, 20 years later, and they're just still so thankful for the impact you had on their life forever. So it's not always just about losing 5 pounds. You have a chance to change these people's lives, and we want to give you the tools to be able to change as many lives as possible at TG.
Well, at the Mesa, Arizona area, I know you just opened up there. The members are definitely increasing every single month. Ernie, shout out to Ernie and Elias out there doing a great job, and the trainers out there. It's such a phenomenal gym. It's 40,000 square feet. So again, listeners in that area, Mesa, Arizona, trainers, go there, check it out. Talk to Steven, or if he's in and out of there, he's traveling back and forth to Chula Vista. But if you see Elias or Ernie, and if you're interested in training in that area, they'll have open arms. They'll give you that shot. And then you take the ball and you run with it.
Yeah, I mean, it's been such a great opportunity, and it's so good seeing the impact we're making on so many people's lives that, stop by and see us. We'd love to work with you.
So in closing, Steven, just give everyone your social media and your email again. Again, if you want to reach out and if you're interested in participating in TG Wellbeing, being a trainer at one of the clubs, they have 8 locations, correct, Steven? 8 locations on the West Coast in San Diego?
That's correct. And my contact information is KRUCKE Monster, KruckyMonster@gmail.com, or Instagram @KruckyMonster.
And then what's on the hit list for you as far as competition? What's the next big one?
Well, I did just tear my pec in July. I got it reattached.
Oh, that's a story we should have went into. Real quick, Steven, give the overview. Give the 60-second overview of the pec story.
So I ripped my pec off the bones, benching 600 pounds about 6 months ago, and, due through peptide therapy and other stuff that we're going to be offering at TG Wellbeing, I'm already repping out 400 pounds on the bench press 6 months later, and where I would have barely been cleared to be able to exercise by a doctor. So I was training 12 days later, and the rest is history.
It's just an awesome story. Really, we have so much more to talk about. Obviously, going to definitely have you back on the show. Steven, thank you so much for joining us. I'm just so grateful that our paths crossed, and so much looking forward to the journey of TG.
Yeah, Rob, I appreciate it. Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. Take care, Steven, and I'll see you very soon. This is Rob Fletcher. You are tuned in to TG Wellbeing. We are here every Saturday, 12:15 p.m. to 12:45 Eastern Standard Time. You can listen worldwide at WTBQ.com. Transform your life. You can follow me on Instagram at ANGTTV. Be sure to follow us at TG Wellbeing. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, TG Wellbeing TV. You can also find our previous shows there as well. Tune in. It may change your life. TG Wellbeing.